Hey guys, this is Dansplains for your benefit today and my benefit. That's going to help me learn these vocab words. There's about a little more than 100 of them, and I'm going to present them in the order that I encountered them. I would keep a little list in my phone. Whenever I found a word that I didn't know, I look it up, put it in the list. This is that list. There's no hidden meaning to the order of the words. I'm going to spend about a minute on each word. I've got this nice lighting set up. I've got this blanket over me that helps muffle the sound so that it's not so echoey. I've got this high visibility vest on my head. That looks nice with the blue cosmic clouds swirling above me. And I encourage you to say the words along with the video. Help them go into the mind and the learning. So please hit that subscribe button, say comments. If you know any good words, put them down in the comments below and I'll look at them. Thank you. This is Dansplains vocab from 2017-2018. Thanks for watching. Here we go. Reticent. 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 Not revealing one's thoughts or feelings readily. She was extremely reticent about her personal affairs. Reticent. Reticent. Proclivity. 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 A tendency to do something regularly, an inclination or predisposition toward a particular thing, a proclivity for hard work. Proclivity. 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 Diminutive. 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 Extremely or unusually small. A diminutive figure dressed in black. Synonyms are tiny, small, petite. Diacritic. A diacritical mark is like an accent mark, a sign such as an accent or cedilla, which when written above or below a letter indicates a difference in pronunciation from the same letter when unmarked or differently marked. Diacritic. Diacritic. derision, derision, contemptuous ridicule or mockery. My stories were met with ridicule, derision, and disbelief. Derision. You could deride somebody. Your acts could be derisive. Derision. Discourse, discourse, discourse. Written or spoken communication or debate. Discussion, conversation. Discourse. Pathology. 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 The science of the causes and effects of diseases, especially the branch of medicine that deals with the laboratory examination of samples of body tissue for diagnostic or forensic purposes. That's not what I thought it meant. A pathological condition, like pathological liar. Causes and effects of diseases. Pathology. Reprobate. 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 An unprincipled person, often used humorously or affectionately. A sinner who is not of the elect and is predestined to damnation. A reprobate. Remuneration, 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 remunerative, remunerate. It means paid, money paid for work or service, payment. You must remunerate me. The work was remunerative. Remuneration. Reify. Reify. Make something abstract, more concrete, or real. Reify. These instincts are, in humans, reified as verbal constructs. Reify. Reify. Profligacy. 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 Like profligate. Profligacy. Profligacy. Reckless extravagance or wastefulness in the use of resources. The government returned to fiscal profligacy. Licentious or dissolute behavior. The emperor's sexual profligacy. A person can be a profligate. Atavistic. 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 Relating to or characterized by reversion to something ancient or ancestral. Atavistic. Sine qua non. Sine qua non. Sine qua non. An essential condition, a thing that is absolutely necessary. Grammar and usage are the sine qua non of language teaching and learning. Sine qua non. Insouciant. 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 Insouciant, showing a casual lack of concern, indifferent. Nonchalant, untroubled, unworried. Unruffled, unconcerned, indifferent, blasé, heedless, careless. Ex nihilo. Ex nihilo. Ex nihilo. Ex nihilo. Ex nihilo. Out of nothing. Ex nihilo. Like nihilist. Out of nothing. Ex nihilo. maladroit, maladroit, a maladroit, 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 ineffective or bungling, clumsy, awkward, inept, incompetent, maladroit. Excoriate, excoriate, excoriate. Censure or criticize severely. Excoriate. In medicine, it means damage or remove part of the surface of the skin. Excoriate. Censure or criticize. Loud, loud, loud. Praise a person or their achievements highly, especially in a public context. Praise. The obituary lauded him as a great statesman and a scholar. Loud. Loud. Umbrage, 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 umbrage. Umbrage means offense or annoyance. She took umbrage at his remarks. Take offense, take exception, be aggrieved, be affronted, be annoyed, be angry. Umbrage. Garrulous, garrulous, garrulous. Excessively talkative, especially on trivial matters. Polonius is portrayed as a foolish, garrulous old man. Loquacious, voluble, verbose, chatty, garrulous. Abdicate, abdicate. Abdicate. Renounce one's throne. In 1918, Kaiser Wilhelm abdicated as German emperor. Abdicate. Fail or fulfill to undertake a responsibility or duty. Abdicate. Portmanteau. Portmanteau. A large trunk or suitcase, typically made of stiff leather and opening into two equal parts. Or a word blending the sounds and combining the meanings of two others. For example, motel from motor and hotel, or brunch from breakfast and lunch. Portmanteau. Effete. Effete. Of a person, affected, over-refined, ineffectual. Effete trendies from art college, no longer capable of effective action. The authority of an effete aristocracy began to dwindle. Weak, enfeebled, worn out, powerless. Suffuse. 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 Gradually spread through or over. Her cheeks were suffused with color. Permeate. We will all go together when we go, all suffused with an incandescent glow. Suffuse. The room was suffused with a soft blue light. Propitious. 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 Giving or indicating a good chance of success. Favorable. The timing for such a meeting seemed propitious. Favorable, auspicious, promising, providential, advantageous, optimistic, bright, rosy, favorably disposed towards someone. There were points on which they did not agree, moments in which she did not seem propitious. Propitious. Giving or indicating a good chance of success. Histrionic. 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 overly theatrical or melodramatic in character or style. A histrionic outburst. Melodramatic, stagey, showy, affected, artificial, overdone. Exaggerated dramatic behavior designed to attract attention. Anathema. 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 Something or someone that one vehemently dislikes. Racial hatred was anathema to her. A formal curse by a pope or a council of the church, excommunicating a person or denouncing a doctrine. Anathema. Plenitude. 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 An abundance. The farm boasts a plenitude of animals and birds. Plenitude. The condition of being full or complete. The plenitude of the Pope's powers. An abundance. Diurnal. 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 Of or during the day. Daily. Every day. Quotidian. Occurring each day. The patient's mood are determined by diurnal events. Daily. Of each day. Every day. Diurnal. Diurnal. Capitulate. 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 Cease to resist an opponent or an unwelcome demand. Surrender. The Patriots had to capitulate to the enemy forces. Surrender. Yield. Give up the struggle. Submit. Capitulate. Erudite. 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 Having or showing great knowledge or learning. Learned. Scholarly. After this video, you'll be erudite. Well-informed. Quotidian. 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 Of or occurring every day. Daily. The car sped noisily off through the quotidian traffic. Ordinary. Every day, especially when mundane. Prosaic. 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 Having the style or diction of prose, lacking poetic beauty. Prosaic language can't convey the experience. Ordinary, everyday, commonplace, conventional, straightforward, routine, run-of-the-mill. The masses were too preoccupied by prosaic day-to-day concerns. Prosaic. Equipoise. 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 Balance of forces or interests. Balance or counterbalance. Equipoise. Antinomy. 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 A contradiction between two beliefs or conclusions that are in themselves reasonable. A paradox. impertinent, 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 not showing proper respect, rude, an impertinent question, rude, insolent, impolite, ill-mannered, bad-mannered, uncivil, disrespectful, not pertinent to a particular matter, irrelevant, impertinent. Talk of rhetoric and strategy is impertinent to this process. Impertinent. Nadir, 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 nadir. The lowest point in the fortunes of a person or organization. They had reached the nadir of their sufferings. The low point, rock bottom, the pits, the nadir of his career. Sycophant, 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 sycophant. A person who acts obsequiously towards someone important in order to gain advantage. The yes man. A bootlicker, a brown-noser, a lick-spittle, a flatterer, a flunky, a lackey, a doormat, cringer, suck-up, sycophant. Haptic. 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 Relating to the sense of touch, in particular to the perception and manipulation of objects using the senses of touch and proprioception. Proprioception. Praxis. 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 Practice, as distinguished from theory. Accepted practice or custom. Praxis. praxis. Syllogism. Elusive. 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 Of a remark or reference working by suggestion rather than explicit mention. Elusive. Elusive references to the body. Allude to something. Elusive. Bedizened. Bedizened. Dressed up or decorated gaudily. A dress bedizened with resplendent military medals. Bedizened. It's like bedazzled. Bedizened. Opulence. Opulence. Great wealth or luxuriousness. Opulence. Apocryphal. 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 Of a story or statement of doubtful authenticity, although widely circulated as being true. An apocryphal story about a former president. Apocryphal. Annotate. Annotate. Excuse me. Add notes to a text or diagram giving explanation or comment. Annotate. Comment on. Add notes to. Documentation should be annotated with explanatory notes. Spurious. 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 Not being what it purports to be. Fake. False. separating authentic and spurious claims. Bogus, counterfeit, fraudulent, sham, artificial, imitation, spurious. Remonstrance, remonstrance, remonstrance. A forcefully reproachful protest. A document drawn up in 1610 by the Armenians of the Dutch Reformed Church, presenting the differences between their doctrines and those of the strict Calvinists. Remonstrance. A forcefully reproachful protest. Vociferous, 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 especially of a person or speech, vehement or clamorous. He was a vociferous opponent of the takeover. Vociferous. Inculcate, inculcate, inculcate. Instill an attitude, idea, or habit by persistent instruction. Teach an attitude, idea, or habit by persistent instruction. The failures of the churches to inculcate a sense of moral responsibility. They will try to inculcate you with a respect for culture. Inculcate. Inculcate. Interminable, interminable, interminable. Endless, often used hyperbolically. We got bogged down in the interminable discussions, seemingly endless. Terminate, interminable, unending, non-stop, ceaseless, incessant, constant, uninterrupted, interminable. Metonymical, metonymical, metonym, A word, name, or expression used as a substitute for something else with which it is closely associated. For example, Washington is a metonym for the federal government of the U.S. Metonym. Colloquy. 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 A conversation. A gathering for discussion of theological questions. They broke off their colloquy at once. Colloquy. Colloquy. Crepuscular. 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 Of, resembling, or relating to twilight. In zoology, it's animals that appear or are active in twilight. Diurnal, nocturnal, crepuscular. The mosquitoes were crepuscular. Events. 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 Reveal the presence of a quality or feeling. His letters evince the excitement he felt at undertaking this journey. Be evidence of. Indicate. Man's inhumanity to man as evinced in the use of torture. Pellucid. 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 Translucently clear. Mountains reflected in the pellucid waters. Translucent, transparent, clear. Lucid in style or meaning, easily understood. He writes, as always, in pellucid prose. Of music or other sound, clear and pure in tone. A smooth legato and pellucid singing tone are his calling cards. Moire pattern. Moire pattern. Moire pattern. In mathematics, physics, and art, a moire pattern, or moire fringes, are large-scale interference patterns that can be produced when an opaque ruled pattern with transparent gaps is overlaid on another similar pattern. Moire pattern. Pastiche. 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 An artwork in a style that imitates that of another work, artist, or period. The operetta is a pastiche of 18th century styles. Imitation, parody, takeoff. Imitate the style of. Gauguin took himself to a Pacific island and pastiched the primitive art he found there. Punctum. 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 A small, distinct point. Punctum. Punctum. The opening of a tear duct. A small, distinct point. In anatomy, a punctum is the opening of a tear duct. Analgesic. 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 Chiefly of a drug, acting to relieve pain. An analgesic drug. A painkiller. Analgesic. Analgesic. Hermeneutics. 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 The branch of knowledge that deals with interpretation, especially of the Bible or literary texts. Hermeneutics. Hermeneutics? Hermeneutics. Concomitant. 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 Naturally accompanying or associated. She loved travel with all its concomitant worries. A phenomenon that naturally accompanies or follows something. Some of us took on pain and illness as concomitants of the stresses of living. Concomitant. Concomitant. Over. Over. The works of a painter, composer, or author regarded collectively. The complete oeuvre of Mozart, a work of art, music, or literature, an early oeuvre. Probably mispronouncing that. Penumbra. 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 The partially shaded outer region of the shadow cast by an opaque object. What? The shadow cast by the Earth or Moon over an area experiencing a partial eclipse. The less dark outer part of a sunspot surrounding the dark core. The partially shaded outer region of the shadow cast by an opaque object. Penumbra. Corybantic. Corybantic. Wild, frenzied. Corybantic. Wild, frenzied. Corybantic. The fish became corybantic anytime I dipped the net. Adversarial. 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 Involving or characterized by conflict or opposition. Industry and government had an adversarial relationship. Opposed. Hostile. The reviewer's presumed adversarial relationship. The reviewer presumed adversarial relationship to his subject. The reviewer's presumed adversarial relationship to his subject. Adversarial. An instance of form syllogism. An instance of a form of reasoning in which a conclusion is drawn from two given or assumed propositions, each of which shares a term with the conclusion and shares a common or middle term not present in the conclusion. All dogs are animals. All animals have 4 legs. Therefore, all dogs have 4 legs. Deductive reasoning as distinct from induction. Syllogism. Exuberance. 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 The quality of being full of energy, excitement, and cheerfulness, a sense of youthful exuberance, the quality of growing profusely, luxuriance. House plants growing with wild exuberance. Exuberance. Hagiography. Hagiography? Hagiography. Hagiography. The writing of the lives of saints. In a derogatory sense, adultery writing about another person. Biography that idealizes its subject. Hagiography. Hagiography? Hagiography? Hagiography. Rapacious. Rapacious. Aggressively greedy or grasping. Rapacious landlords. Greedy, avaricious, covetous, empirical. What the fuck does that say? Here we go. Empirical. Empirical. Based on, concerned with, or verifiable by observation or experience, rather than theory or pure logic. They provided considerable empirical evidence to support their argument. Empirical. First-hand, practical, heuristic. Gonna have to look that up. Ecumenical. 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 Representing a number of different Christian churches. Synonyms are non-denominational, universal, Catholic, latitudinarian, all-embracing, all-inclusive. The local churches are sponsoring an ecumenical service on the green, promoting or relating to unity among the world's Christian churches. Exigent. 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 Pressing. Demanding. The exigent demands of the music took a toll on her voice. Exigent. Exigent. Emendation. 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 The process of making a revision or correction to a text. A correction or revision to a text. Here are some suggested emendations. Emendation. 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 Cartesian. 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 Relating to Descartes and his idea. His ideas. Relating to Descartes and his ideas. A follower of Descartes. Cartesian. Axiomatic. 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 Self-evident or unquestionable. It is axiomatic that dividends have to be financed. In mathematics, relating to or containing axioms. Axiomatic. Prognosticate. 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 Foretell or prophecy, an event in the future. The economists were prognosticating financial Armageddon. Forecast, predict, prophecy, foretell, foresee, forewarn, prognosticate, prognosticate. Fealty, 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 fealty. of feudal tenants or vassals sworn loyalty to a lord. They owed fealty to the earl rather than the king. Formal acknowledgement of this. A property for which she did fealty. 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 Bravura. 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 Great technical skill and brilliance shown in a performance or activity. The recital ended with a blazing display of bravura. The recital ended with a blazing display of bravura. Virtuoso. Mastery. Excellent, superb, brilliant, dazzling. This vocab video is filled with bravura. The display of great daring. The show of bravura hid a guilty timidity. Perfidy, 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 perfidy. Deceitfulness, untrustworthiness, treachery, duplicity, deceit, disloyalty, infidelity, unfaithfulness, betrayal, treason, double dealing, the perfidy of her husband. Chinwag. 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 A chat. Have a chat. Chinwag. Chinwag. Let's have a chinwag. It's when your chin is wagging. Sacrosanct. 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 Especially of a principle, place, or routine regarded as too important or valuable to be interfered with. The individual's right to work has been upheld as sacrosanct, sacred, hallowed, respected, inviolable, inviolate, unimpeachable, subsume, 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 subsume. Include or absorb in something else. Most of these phenomena can be subsumed under two broad categories. Subsume, subsume. Obverse, 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 obverse. The side of a coin or metal bearing the head or principal design, the opposite or counterpart of a fact or truth. The true solitude is the True solitude is the obverse of true society. Of or denoting the obverse of a coin or metal, corresponding to something else as its opposite or counterpart. Limbs, limb, limb, limb. Depict or describe in painting or words. Describe, portray, depict, suffuse or highlight with a bright color or light. Promulgated, promulgate, promulgate, promulgated, promulgated. Promote or make widely known. These objectives have to be promulgated within the organization. Put a law or decree into effect by official proclamation. In January 1852, the new Constitution was promulgated. Sputum, 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 sputum. A mixture of saliva and mucus coughed up from the respiratory tract, typically as a result of infection or other disease, and often examined microscopically to aid medical diagnosis. Sputum. Obstreperous, obstreperous, obstreperous. Obstreperous. Noisy and difficult to control. The boy is cocky and obstreperous, unruly, unmanageable, disorderly, undisciplined, rowdy, boisterous, rebellious, riotous, out of control. Peristalsis. 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 The involuntary constriction and relaxation of the muscles of the intestine or another canal, creating wave-like movements that push the contents of the canal forward. Peristalsis. Peristalsis. Like how a snake chokes something down. Humans also have peristaltic digestive systems. Peristalsis. Peristalsis. Vespertine. Vespertine? Vespertine. 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 Relating to, occurring, or active in the evening. Vespertine. 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 Pullulate. 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 Breed or spread so as to become extremely common. The pullulating family. To be very crowded. To be full of life and activity. The super towers of our pullulating megapolis. The super towers of our pullulating megapolis. Pullulate. Specious. 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 Superficially plausible, but actually wrong. A specious argument. Misleading in appearance, especially misleadingly attractive. The music trade gives golden oldies a specious appearance of novelty. Misleading, deceptive, false, specious. 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 Elijah, Elijah, Elijah. I don't think it's French. Elijah, Elijah. The omission of a sound or syllable when speaking, as in I'm, let's, you, an omission of a passage in a book, speech, or film. The movies, elisions, and distortions have been carefully thought out. The process of joining together or merging things, especially abstract ideas. Unease at the elision of so many vital questions. Coprophagy, 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 coprophagy. Coprophagy, the eating of feces or dung. Coprophagy. Coprophagy. Coprophagy, the eating of feces or dung. Treacle, treacle, treacle. Treacle. British term for molasses. Cloying sentimentality or flattery. Enough of this treacle, let's get back to business. Treacle. 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 Skein, 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 skein. A length of thread or yarn loosely coiled and knotted. A tangled or complicated arrangement, state, or situation. The skeins of her long hair. A flock of wild geese or swans in flight, typically in a V-shaped formation. Skein. Skein? Codicil. 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 An addition or supplement that explains, modifies, or revokes a will or part of one. A codicil. A codicil. Codicil, codicil. can't, 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 can't. Can't. Hypocritical and sanctimonious talk, typically of a moral, religious, or political nature. The liberal case against all censorship is often can't. I want to say can't, but it might be can't. Hypocrisy, sanctimoniousness, sanctimony, pietism, political content. Bathos, 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 especially in a work of literature, an effect of anticlimax created by an unintentional lapse in mood from the sublime to the trivial or ridiculous. Anticlimax, letdown, disappointment, disillusionment, bathos, bathos. Apotheosis, 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 the highest point in the development of something, culmination or climax. His appearance as Hamlet was the apotheosis of his career, the elevation of someone to divine status, deification, apotheosis. Opprobrium, 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 opprobrium. Harsh criticism or censure. His films and the critical opprobrium they have generated. Vilification, abuse, vituperation, condemnation, criticism, censure, denunciation, defamation, denigration, castigation, disparagement, obloquy, derogation, slander, the public disgrace arising from someone's shameful conduct. The opprobrium of being closely associated with thugs and gangsters. Disgrace, shame, dishonor. Effluvia, effluvia. Effluvium, effluvium, an unpleasant or harmful odor, secretion, or discharge. The unwholesome effluvia of decaying vegetable matter. Effluvium, effluvia. Avuncular, 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 relating to an uncle, relating to the relationship between men and their siblings' children, avuncular, 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 relating to an uncle, avuncular, accretion, 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 accretion. The process of growth or increase, typically by the gradual accumulation of additional layers or matter. The accretion of sediments in coastal mangroves. Accumulation, formation, buildup. About 1/3 of California was built up by accretions. Architectural accretions. In astronomy, the coming together and cohesion of matter under the influence of gravitation to form larger bodies. Truant, 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 truant. A student who stays away from school without leave or explanation. Absentee, a runaway. The truants were sent to Mr. Monner's office. Moore's? Mr. Moore's office? Truant children. Truancy. Is that the same? Is that a different word completely? Truancy? Truant? A student who stays away from school without leave. Sagacious. 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 Having or showing keen mental discernment and good judgment. Shrewd. They were sagacious enough to avoid any outright confrontation. Wise, clever, intelligent, knowledgeable, sensible, sage. Sagacious. Anastrophe. 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 The inversion of the usual order of words or clauses. Clauses or words of order usual the of inversion the. Anastrophe. The inversion of the usual order of words or clauses. Anastrophe. I wish I had an example. Anastrophe. circumlocution, 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 circumlocution. The use of many words where fewer would do, especially in a deliberate attempt to be vague or evasive. His admission came after years of circumlocution. Periphrasis, discursiveness, long-windedness, verbosity. Verbiage. When you finished your circumlocution, maybe you could just get to the point. Plebiscite, 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 plebiscite. The direct vote of all the members of an electorate on an important public question, such as a change in the Constitution. Vote, referendum, ballot, poll, a plebiscite for the approval of constitutional reforms. A law enacted by the plebeians' assembly. Plebiscite, plebiscite. Ingenuous, 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 ingenuous. Of a person or action, innocent and unsuspecting. Naive, innocent, simple, childlike, trusting. Similar sounding words, ingenuous is sometimes confused with ingenious. Word, disingenuous. Disingenuous, not candid or sincere, typically by pretending that one knows less about something than one really does. Disingenuous.